Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It's me. It's Roy. It's Horizon Picks. It is Tuesday, June 1st. Thanks for coming, guys. This is our comics and toys and comics talk with Collecting Chaos. He's actually going to be late tonight, but hopefully he'll make it. But I do have a co-host that has been talking up the show, has been a part of it. You know him, you love him. We'll bring him on. This is Patrick Murphy. So, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you.
Everyone out there in YouTube land, it looks like we've got about, how many do we got in the chat here? It looks like we got about 3 watching, so thank you all for coming in. Appreciate you hanging out and everything.
Yeah, so tonight we're just going basic sci-fi, but I think we were kind of saying Star Trek, but we'll open it up to basic toys that are science fiction related. Star Trek being one of them. This one, I'll show this shirt. This guy, everybody likes my shirts, so here it's Futurama. Bender's in the bar. No droids. He's rejected by it's Simpsons, it's Star Wars, and it's Futurama all at once. So
all at one time. There's a lot going on in that shirt, ladies and gentlemen.
People see this and they're like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's totally nerding, on many levels." So I love stuff like that. But we'll wait for some folks. I know that there's some other auctions, there's some other streams that are ending. We can kind of chill for a little bit, see who comes in, and we can chat and start showing some toys. We can start selling some toys. We can offer up some stuff. I do have some stuff I can give away. I think we'll go for about 2 hours, maybe until 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Unless we're still rolling, we can extend a bit. But it's all good. Yeah. So in the chat, I see we have some usual suspects from the comic book group. Great to see you guys. Darth Gojira, Diecast Comics Chris, what's up? My man Cam, good to see you, brother. Hey, Ella, good to see you.
Ella. Hi, Ella.
Yeah, so nice to see you guys. Paula Widener, hello, good to see you. Hey, my buddy, Groovy Snacks. Now, Patrick, my man, Groovy Snacks. No worries. My man Groovy Snacks is the dude that did the custom audio for me.
Oh, wow. Groovy Snacks. That was a really great riff, man. I really enjoyed that. Horizon, he sent it over to me. He's like, "Hey, man, check this out." I'm like, "Whoa, dude, I definitely had that 80s synth vibe going on it. I absolutely loved it. Awesome work.
I love the idea again, like just giving some folks a little direction. You, my man Groovy Snacks, even Candy, epic Candy with all y'all, like awesome, and creating some rich content. I love it. I love custom content for this platform. It's awesome. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So hope everybody had an awesome holiday weekend. I know I did.
I did as well. It was great. It was nice. It was relaxing. So, rolling back to that, bringing your own creativity to the platform. I mean, yeah, we could do custom or cookie cutter corporate whatever, but add your flair, make it about you. Make YouTube what it was. It's all about you, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. You see, I see.
And that's part of, that's really part of, if you go back, I know we were rapping late on Saturday night with the group and stuff. It's just this idea of just people coming together, creating really interesting live content on the fly, but kind of not. We're kind of trying to have an idea beforehand, even just if it's, a show idea, and then, we're putting together our wares to kind of like show the camera, and maybe folks want to buy some too,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, that's there was a wild weekend. If a lot of people in the chat saw the auction and Tiffany's channel, a lot of fun. Had some toys, some plush, some interesting, and again, there's some stuff that didn't go up, and some that will probably be sold pretty soon on a channel near you. Maybe this channel.
You know, speaking of Miss Tiffany Coolfine's channel, I think she surprised not only me but you as well when she dropped this Spawn figure lot. Like, whoa! What is going on here? This is awesome.
I love when I get the sense that other sellers are watching other streams and kind of pulling stuff in. Like I've almost even seen it on some of the comic book auctions too, where I'm like, wow, that's really exactly the type of thing that I would be interested in. So that's awesome. Oh, yeah, it's right, Cam. Yeah, I don't know if you saw Cam. He was wanted that Ernie, but was it? Oh God, was it last night, Pat? Yes, it's a blur. It was last night on your channel, the late night, when I showed that handful of Elmos that I've gotten. So yeah, Cam, Ernie might be showing up with a buddy. Who knows? You know, gotta. I just love that type of throwback, type of stuff. But yeah, that's a pretty jazzy Star Trek shirt you got going on there, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, it's the I think I love Star Trek all kinds, but yeah, the original series is really my I just, man, that was something that my brother, yeah, what's up, man? There's James Amputee. What's up, James? Good to see you, man. All the way from Mexico, right?
Oh.
Good to see you, brother.
I mean, his green screen, if you haven't seen it, ladies and gentlemen, you need to check out his green screen.
Right.
He's got us beat.
That's right. Oh my God. I mean, I'm like, I live vicariously through him. He had one of those streams where he's just chilling at the bar. I guess he just had some camera, and I'm like, oh, he was just hanging out during the day. You just see him in the distance, like hanging out at the bar. It's like, wow, you, man, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh, you love Elmo? All right, Paula. Well, yeah, I'm definitely. I showed a bunch of plush lots on the auction on Saturday. I have a lot more stuff. Easy to put together another lot, or again, anything that anybody's ever interested in. You know, horizonpicks@gmail or horizonpickspa on Instagram. So you can always. I have probably half a dozen people right now contact me. Hey, I'm looking for this. Yeah, cool. And I send them pictures, and you know, it's totally easy to make that happen. But I'm looking at your shirt there, Patrick, and I'm have one toy that I pulled that certainly comes to mind. And we can, hey, what's up, Lucky Charm Wendy? Hey, what's up, Frugal Frank? Frank, tonight we're just talking science fiction, Star Trek, but science fiction related toys. And then we'll offer some up for auction if there's interest. I think we just want to see, you know, kind of what kind of crowd we get and go from there. I know a lot of the streams kind of end in that like 9 to 10 o'clock range, so we'll see. But yeah, man, I pulled this one.
Ooh,
which is
what do we got there? Make yourself
here. So just like this is by Mego Corporation. It's an original Star Trek phaser target game. So this is a really fun one. And I can open it. Box Mego Corporation. This is, gosh, what's the year? 1978. So
1978 for this one, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Mego Corporation phaser target game. I'm pretty sure I had a bunch of these at one point. I bought a guy's collection. He had a lot of Mego. I'll do a whole show on Mego at some point in the near future. But this one, pull this out here. Hopefully nothing falls out.
Coming soon to a YouTube channel near you.
Right. So yeah. So you get the instructions, and then this was that really simple kind of a la Radio Shack gun. So you would shoot the target. But the best thing about it that people love this for is it's really for cosplay, because you get this you get this killer
Wow.
replica, and it's basically just shoots like the basic, almost like the original. Remember the original Nintendo gun, like Duck Hunt? You would shoot
The light
the
gun, yeah.
screen, and you have all you have is your like whatever the Klingon bird of prey, right?
Mhm.
So this is it. It's like it's
So now
like,
wait a minute, hold on. So it actually does like do the light, like the sensor and the light are
oh
coordinated.
yeah. It'll I'm not gonna, this one I'm almost positive works, but you would hit it and it will go, if you hit it, like you shoot it across the room, it'll be like doo-doo-doo-doo. It'll actually go doo-doo-doo.
That is awesome. I mean, for
Yeah.
1978, that was pretty good.
Right.
You
Or the
know,
days of Pong, right?
right? No, that's awesome.
How you doing, Perla? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. We're just getting rolling, about 13 minutes in. So yeah, it is. Yeah, like Frank, yeah, totally like laser tag. But people buy this set just for this, for like Comic-Con. You mean it's a
Right.
legit. It's a little fat in here compared to like the original one, but I mean, man, you want to rock a cool looking phaser? Here it is. So your shirt kind of reminded me of this one. Yeah.
It's interesting you say that because I didn't know how far if you fast forward a little bit, Art Asylum produced a replica phaser for Enterprise when they did the mirror crossover, right?
Okay.
And it was so good that the production of Enterprise actually licensed the Art Asylum replica in that episode. So
Wow.
the the phasers that you see Archer and T'Pol and them holding is actually Art Asylums, and you as a consumer can go out and buy the exact same thing. Comp sales on say the Feebay, as you like to call it,
Yeah.
is
Right.
are crazy for that. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and it's so funny. Like from this late 70s, it's like aim, press the trigger, a powerful beam of light shoots out, hit the target reflector, badge on your friend. Oh, so you would almost put it like laser tag on your friend, and will activate the sonic device. So again, just this idea of like the phaser, boo boo.
I
So
mean, for
lots of the little
1978, that was pretty high tech. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, compared to today's standards, yeah, but I mean, heck, back in the late 70s.
yeah, it's yeah, so yeah, you'll see here the aim. It's so funny, so crude. Like look at these graphics. Look at the dude. It's like he's like a shadow figure holding the face. That's so crude. I love it. Boo boo. But so anybody out there, this is the logo. Oh, where is it? There we go. There you go, right there. When you see that on an that's Mego Corporation. It's that little curly Q. Uh, Usually means this.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely.
very. This one, not super valuable. I'd probably do this in a lot with some other stuff at some point. But yeah, it's Mego collectibles. I think it's also just that I I think we're close in age, Patrick. It's that age group when we were little kids, and it's just like people are going back and trying to get that stuff. Plus, it's Star Trek. Plus, it's like
Right.
nerdy tech kind of related.
See, I fully anticipated you pulling out box two of the guns with the disc shooter. That's what I was expecting.
Oh, the little disc.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't expect it to be. I mean, again, I know I keep saying, but it's like for 1978, that's pretty. I mean, think about the time, think about the era. I mean, we weren't we were just getting into the Star Wars.
right.
So, my Mego show, I only have one Mego figure pulled, but this is a 19. We're going back to 1975.
Yeah, man. Awesome, dude.
I mean, his outfit is in rough shape. In fact, this is the one that I asked the question about. Is like, I understand eBay's policy where used clothing is concerned, but what about doll clothing?
What do you mean? Like,
Um, well, I mean, does this have to be clean and laundered per eBay standard?
um, I would, I mean, not for nothing. I mean, I would clean it. You might be able to improve it a little, part of we didn't really get into it a ton. I would do it during the Migo show, but the restoration of those can be fairly easy, in terms of cleaning it. You might be able to brighten it, maybe get some of the stains or other stuff out, but it's kind of up to you. I always think it's like, if it's a little funky, whether it smells or, you know what I mean, you got to gauge that, especially with the Phoebe, because you don't want someone to necessarily be like, oh, this or that. So
Now, for the reseller out there, and I don't know how well the camera's going to pick this up.
on his neck. Yeah.
You're looking on the neck
Mm-hmm.
for the copyright stamp, and again, my camera isn't all that good, but you can see some writing there, and then also on the back.
Yeah.
So again, things that you could find out in the flea market that could just be sitting in a bin somewhere that I currently do have him listed on my store. So
Just a couple more folks here. Hi, Chandra. Good to see you. I see
Chandra.
Barbara Bustamante. Hello. Thanks for coming. We have some more folks dropping in here. Yeah,
Perla?
Yeah, Pearl is Precious is here. Looks like fun. Yeah, back in the day, man, you would have been like, the cool kid with that ray gun thing from the phaser. But I think that the like restore, not restore topic with some of these vintage toys is always like free shipping on eBay, right? It's going to always be this like, do I do this? Me personally, I always would with Migo, because I've done it so much. I want to have it be the best looking, cleanest, that I can. And I know a lot about it. Like, I could probably look at that Kirk and be like, well, the snaps are replaced, or you could replace this, or, and then it's different types of things, and all that stuff, completely matters. But a lot of people have asked me for the Migo where they're like, I don't care. I just want one to display, and that's fine too.
Right. Absolutely. And again, I think we've said this on other shows. It's selling with integrity. So mine is listed in the condition with pictures. Like, I put in my description, hey, got stains on the shirts. Please see pictures. I took very good, clear pictures. So again, it's about that upfront, honest integrity. Bottom line, selling with integrity. So that way somebody can make an informed decision. Like, you know what? This figure isn't for me. I'm going to go find something that's a little bit better. Or somebody be like, you know what? I just want him to want him. So, again, choices.
Yeah, I think that, and with eBay, I don't, it's interesting because eBay either has new, used, and I would love to see like seller restored or seller refurbished.
That gets tricky because you've got that in your cellular devices, certified refurbished, right? So somebody like me who actually could refurbish a, say, iPhone, and we are going way, way off topic.
It's still science.
But yeah, well, I mean, on the Star Trek term, without Star Trek, we would not have these. Fight me IRL if you disagree.
you wouldn't have FaceTime, like that was total, like Star Trek was FaceTime, right? Yeah.
Right. I mean, and you look at early Next Generation episodes here. Let me go pull this out here. Oh, this was a pull that I didn't pull for the show, but since we're on the topic. So this is the original iPad. The original iPad, not 2, 3, 4, whatever. This is the OG iPad. And it's like, when you looked at Star Trek Next Generation in 1986, they were doing this. They had the pads. They were called pads, And again, one of the things that, and you may know this, Horizon, but I want to throw this out there, that for some of those that are kind of into it, but maybe not go deep into the whole sci-fi genre. Gene Roddenberry actually worked with people at NASA and other companies that were producing products. So basically, he would take their ideas and incorporate it into his show as working devices. So
Right.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I just, I see a couple comments in the chat, and again, it's with eBay. I can only tell you what I've done and what's worked for me, and offer that information. Like for myself, I will, I may find like that, like Amigo, like that, an older figure, and then I go look at it and I'll go, gosh, like, can I improve on that? And how long is it going to take? And how much more money am I going to get out of it? And for me, when I've restored them, I will get at least double what I thought I would have gotten originally. So
Awesome.
and I will disclose that, I outfit has been personally cleaned, you know, um, whatever, snaps have been replaced. There's a little bit of sewing on one foot because you have the little leotard. They have these like interesting, little kind of leotard when you get into like Planet of the Apes and some of the superheroes. There's almost this like little pajama footy, right, that goes into these boots and stuff like that. So, making sure so somebody doesn't get that and pull off a boot and go, oh man, it's like got a hole in it. You don't want.
Right.
It's all, I will put all that in there, and then it's like, if there's still an issue, I kind of got to throw my hands up, and then obviously on eBay, it's like, how do I make that right? What do we? But generally, for me, it's I'll wait, restore it, clean it, and it almost always sells for the price that you kind of want. But I go long tail, like I don't care if it takes 3 months because I have 20 of them, so it doesn't really matter for me. But so yeah. Hey, Maggie Doodle, good to see you, Maggie. Thanks for coming.
Maggie, how are you this evening, ma'am?
Yeah. So
Darth brought up something there. Civilian stuff is 20 years behind when it comes to military tech, and I agree with that. However, I think just within the past, say, I don't know, 10 to 15 years, as technology, like again with these iPads and the phones and everything that you can do from your phone now, I think that gap, that 20-year gap, it is narrowing some, because you got a lot more private sector that isn't exclusive for military anymore. And
Yep.
again, I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole, but I definitely agree with that statement. But I do feel that it's not 20 behind anymore like it used to be. But yeah, I remember that line very, very good. Hey, Diecast, thanks very much, man. I mean, at some point, maybe we could do an all. I am a walking nerd base of Star Trek information. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
In fact, that was something I should have pulled down. I've got the Trivia Pursuit Star Trek thing, and we took it over to girlfriend's family, just fun and everything. They told me I couldn't play because it's just like they wouldn't even get the question read, and I was already like buzzer, just shouting out answers.
So yeah, I have a bunch of stuff that I pulled, some of which, again, I think if we get into 2025 in the chat, I probably would be able to auction or sell some of this stuff. We're only getting started, but I'll show some. I have a whole range of items that are definitely science fiction, and I'll just show them really quickly. These are just some stuff I grabbed. Can't not have this guy.
Oh man, look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
Clearly science fiction. That movie was so near and dear when I was a child. I mean, I remember, I think I saw that like 3 times in the movies.
Did you actually go to the theater and see it?
Oh yeah.
You see, now I wasn't that privileged. I had to wait till the VHS release.
Yeah, I remember, and then I saw it, and then I saw it again with my mom, and then like when they go off the cliff on the bicycles, I remember my mom like jumped up in the theater. I was like, oh my God, you know, it was like, dude, you know, it was endearing, right? So, and Chaos isn't here, but I know he's looking for the comic book, which I probably have. But again,
Rocket Man.
it's Rocketeer. He's the
Rocketeer.
original. Yeah, Rocketeer. Yep. And again, just this science fiction related. This is just a little bendy gummy toy, but that movie, awesome movie, really cool effects. Definitely was kind of ahead of its time too. So the Rocketeer, very fun. You know, I pulled this guy out just for fun. I'll buy that for $1.
Oh my goodness! If there was a way that I could patch in my my broadcasting software, I actually used that clip in one of my bumpers.
So yeah, awesome. Paul Verhoeven directed. Love RoboCop. Crazy good science fiction. Again, very ahead of its time. There's a quirkiness to it. Love him as a director. This is just Pudface. I have some of the other loose figures, but this was just hanging up on the wall, so I grabbed it.
Now that is it cap gun? Like that's the gimmick in that figure there.
This one, what does it say? I don't. It's interesting.
Because I know a lot of the RoboCop, the early waves, they had like the cap gun gimmick.
Yeah, the one that yes, the cap gun is the RoboCop. This guy I think is just a regular figure.
Okay.
It has his like whatever gun with like it looks like he's got some kind of like gun that's like he stands behind or whatever, gangster. This is RoboCop the series, so I guess that they had a TV series. I don't know.
Wow.
Very interesting, yeah. So
you know, on RoboCop there, and I don't want to take credit. I heard this on another channel, but it's like RoboCop, rated R, but marketed for kids.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah, like that movie was just like not for kids.
Red Foreman as what was his character?
Yes, he was the main dude. The guy that he ends up
Kurtwood Smith is the actor, but
shanking him in the neck at the end to kill him in the water.
Let's see if I can still do this. Hold on. Take it over, creep. Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Stay out of trouble. Who's there? Oh, hey, hi, Laura. Good to see you, Laura Bemos.
Hey, Laura.
They've wrapped up. They were doing their auction. I was jumping in and out of there. I actually did pick up one thing from that auction that I will share. Awesome toy. I picked up is it Jake Hazard? No, Chip Hazard from Small Soldiers, the movie. Do you remember that was like
I remember the movie. I don't think I've actually
seen Hazard. I think he's the electronic one. So that was Miss Marion Hilton had held that one up.
Cam, yes, I have heard that.
Yes, that's true. Uncut RoboCop was like not even NC-17.
And it wasn't you, because when you hear Rated X, your mind automatically goes to Bow Chicka Wow Wow.
Right.
But it wasn't for that. It was just that bloody graphic that they had to cut so much out just to get it down to that R rating.
Well, it's even like if you like Starship Troopers, that's another one that's just like, again, Paul Verhoeven. It's basically like, I believe that was from a comic too, but he made it basically like Beverly Hills 90210 / Melrose Place meets these like space aliens that literally like obliterate them. It's unbelievable. If anybody's not seen Starship Troopers, again, and the amount of violence and gore in that one is just like, oh my God, it's crazy.
But yet the toys were marketed for kids,
right? No, yeah. In Starship Troopers, I remember the group of them are like, "We're gonna kill those aliens," and then the next scene, the one guy gets like hacked in half, and the alien just like throws his carcass like at them, and they're just like, "Oh my God!"
Oh, you know what? Do you care if I drop my bumper in the chat? Let me go grab that. Let me go grab that. Make sure my YouTubers are on the mutes.
Are you playing something or just putting a
I'm
link
just
in?
going to put the link in there because the audio, I got to figure out how, and I know there's a way to do it to get that crisp, clear audio like through StreamYard. I don't quite know how to do that yet, but
I get you. How
okay.
you doing? Good to see you, Veronica. Thanks for coming. We're talking about a half hour in. We're talking about science fiction related toys tonight. Got it.
From another channel. It's not Veronica. And I'm going to try this since I'm actually on live. Now I'm on the spot. I put myself on the spot. Let's see if I can do it. Veronica.
Okay.
Did I do it right?
Is that okay? We want to make sure we say it right, Miss V.
Miss V. There you go.
I mean, and it's funny when people talk like the brunette from that '70s show, and they're like Mila Kunis. No, it's Mila Kunis. It's Mila. That's. Yeah. She's like, no, you didn't get it
right. I didn't get it right. Oh, I'm so sorry. I tried.
So, hey, we try. Yeah. So some more. I pulled some more items. This one's a little tough, but this is Halloween Horror Nights. Stranger Things. Again, it's in plastic, but it's it's a little almost like a Funko small. If you're into like Stranger Things, again, science fiction, totally love it. Huge fan of that show. And then again, similar TV show related. This guy, the Battlestar Galactica.
Oh my
goodness. Is a Titan. It's the Titan ship, Cylon Raider ship. Great exclusive. So. Oh, we're at 19. We get to another few people in the chat. I will definitely auction some of this or offer this stuff up to you guys. So again, the original Battlestar Galactica. I think were we talking about that the other day with the actors? I know it was another stream where they were talking about like Dirk Benedict was in Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, I don't think
he was also in the A-Team. He was Face in the A-Team, and George Peppard was Hannibal, and obviously Mr. T, and Stephen A. Cornell. So the A-Team was also the same producer who did Greatest American Hero with William Catt, which is also one of my favorites when I was a little kid. Awesome. Hey, what's up, Emery? Hood Inc. in the house. Good to see you, man. So, hey, Sarcastic. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Got some cool. Yeah, I got some peeps jumping in here. We're about almost at 40 minutes. So some folks coming on over. But yeah, so Miss V, enunciate your name in the chat so we can say it.
We did this on Double P channel, so that's why I was conscientious of and aware of it. And I tell you what, I need to go watch her videos, and if she really wants to, put it down on track for me. Send it over. It's pmurphy0975@gmail, and I will do my best.
Yeah, I'm a big I like the command of the language. I like to get it right. I know there was one thing you said. It was last night late, Patrick. You were like, oh, because you said something you didn't like the way you said it.
Oh, big no in radio, ladies and gentlemen. I went WKRP. Well, I didn't give it that much of a twang. But I did say WKRP. And then immediately, as soon as the P stopped, I was like, and then WKRP. And if you've seen Private Parts, Howard Stern's Private Parts, right, those conversation when actually does happen. So yeah, if you say W on air, it doesn't matter if you got a hot mic. Ooh, hello, what do you got there? What is that? What you got?
I was waiting for the voice. So you heard you're about to do the. There you go. All right, here. So I thought again, comic related, but obviously Transformers, science fiction based. So
Autobots.
Yeah. Roll out.
Transform and roll. Oh, no,
Yeah, so this is Cyberverse Adventures Bumblebee Optimus Prime. You know, this is definitely something I would auction. I see we have 22 in the chat. We get 3 more. We're almost there, guys.
Almost there. Call a buddy, bring a friend. Bill Goodman.
I hate to dangle the carrot, but it's one of those things where it's like I just, certainly want the bids to be there. So this guy, again, love me some Transformers. I did pull
entire show of Transformers.
Yeah, I pulled a whole stack of DVDs here as well. All science fiction: Star Wars, Serenity, Terminator 3, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, War of the Worlds, Star Trek: First Contact, one of my personal favorites, and Jurassic Park 3. So I grabbed all these as well.
DVD lot.
That's right. So, and then we had, I think, this was an unclaimed prize. So we have, I think this was hot potato. I think Jen won it, and then I deferred to Patrick, and Patrick was like, hey, and then Worf is still chilling here. So we have Worf.
Yeah, I had to disqualify myself. I wasn't quite on the same page, but I got caught up real quick. So.
And then, you start getting into things like, things like this.
Oh, now that, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Because
So,
you see those out at flea markets.
Yeah,
those are good pickups right there.
Yeah, these are mint. It's just the top part is missing, but it's mint. It's a mint condition set. Yeah, Star Trek: First Contact diecast, one of my favorites. Definitely, Jonathan Frakes directed that. Riker directed that, and you get the Borg, you get the history shift. Awesome, just, and then you have you have a bunch of cameo great actors on that. Hey, Celestine, good to see you. Thanks for coming. See her in the chat. But yeah, First Contact's awesome.
It was. The opening scene still to this day. I have issues with. I can never wear contacts. Okay, I'm either going to wear glasses or I'm just going to go blind. Those are the two options for me. So like when cataracts set in, I'm done. I'm just going to.
So since we're talking about it, I had to grab Locutus. So again, it's from, I believe it was like Worlds Apart episode. So
this was Worlds Part 1.
Yeah,
oh
this is
my God.
Yeah, so this is the if you obviously diecast, if you like Star Trek First Contact, this is the precursor to that, where Picard basically is part of the collective for a short time, and then that lends itself back into what happens in that movie. So yeah, love me some Star Trek.
Do you remember like some of the behind the scenes of that particular episode? They were worried about the laser pointer on his eye being pointed directly at the camera lens.
Yeah, I could see that. So yeah, and then I would be remiss if we didn't get into one of my ultimate sci-fi favorites. So
again, rated R, marketed for kids.
Yeah, marketed for kids. So this is the Aliens, the Ripley, and again, just that Aliens movie. I saw that in a movie theater. I remember it was during the summer. I was on the boardwalk on the Jersey Shore, and when I went to, saw that in a movie theater. We saw it. We went. We played some carnival games, and then we went back and saw it again because it was so awesome. And Sigourney Weaver, just killer performance as Ripley. And so Aliens, I have some more expensive Aliens toys that I didn't want to bring over. And
yeah, I mean, it's hard to pull out the 6-foot Xenomorph. I get that.
Yeah, the original. I mean, I have the original one from 1980. It's one of the prized pieces in my collection. Hey, what's up, Rev Artist? Good to see you, man. Yeah, wanted to see some Johnny Quest. That's a great one too. I have quite a bit. No, man, I want to see some Johnny Quest. That's funny.
Oh man, Johnny
What's
Quest.
up, Harry Humstone? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you guys. Thanks for stopping in.
So then again, I don't know, Patrick, people in the chat. This was science fiction related, Saturday morning cartoon time, and it's one of my favorites. This is the Land of the Lost board game. Now again, this is like Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine expedition. You know, they basically don't go down into the earth, and they're in like, you know, dinosaur land, just crazy. And then you had the Slee Stacks, which were these like very scary humanoid lizard type people. It was like, but this is also by Sid and Marty Krofft. So Sid and Marty Krofft did HR Puffin stuff, pun intended, right?
Mm-hmm.
They basically created, but this is really one of their triumphs. I think people really, and one of the things that it had these awesome stop motion animated dinosaurs, and then some that were kind of puppet like, but man, really ahead of its time. This is I would probably put this up for auction in the future. It's a really tough one. If you're into board games, this is like a really good one to try to get.
It is. Now, before you take that down,
yeah.
The copyright on that, if you can find that, because I can tell right now from the upper left-hand corner, that Milton Bradley symbol, that is an old symbol, right there, ladies and gentlemen. Be on the lookout for that.
Fun, right there. Key to fun.
Mm-hmm.
See what the date. I'm going to say it's probably early 70s. Doesn't say it. Might have to.
No, don't.
It's all right. I mean, I know it's complete and it's in great shape. But yeah, check out the board, man.
You can, I mean, even on this YouTube video audio platform, just him opening that, ladies and gentlemen, I don't. Yeah, the nostalgia really just coming from that. I mean, just baking that. I mean, that is awesome.
1975.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and the playing pieces, and so you also had, Sid and Marty Krofft did some really interesting, the Land of the Lost. They did HR Puffin stuff. They did the Bugaloos. They did Sigmund the Sea Monster. Some really trippy stuff, but this was one of their, better ones.
I mean, inbox 1975. I mean, that is
old house smell. Yeah, it's like whenever I do buy and sell quite a bit of board games, and it's like, yeah, I will almost always like open it and just be like, yes or no.
Yeah. Sometimes you're like, oh no, but I mean, if it's good and crisp and just been setting and just building up that, it's like, oh yeah,
right. Sigmund the Sea Monster. Like there was like crook cops and crooks. There was like a couple different ones, but really just very 1970s post psychedelic. But you're in that like early mid 70s where it was still a little bit kind of like, and it was a lot going on, a lot of undertones going on. But Land of the Lost was kind of its own.
Yeah, it was. And here's the thing, like when you look at like the 70s and stuff, you didn't really start getting into collecting. You had your collectors out there, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But they were nowhere near what they are, to say, today, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So when you find this stuff in that kind of condition, that's definitely worth picking up, because again, you don't find that.
Yeah. No, and it's it's one of those things where, like, I know the Land of the Lost. I remember I was at the flea market and I just see like on a table a stack of games like this high, and I mean, again, with my science fiction Bionic Man, It just feels,
We have the technology.
there's one there. You know, you're like, hey, and I'll usually be like, how much for all of them? But I kind of will pick through the, you know, yeah, the Sigmund and the sea monsters was like, there was like, yeah, the older boy, the younger boy, and then they're just literally these like bizarro sea monsters who are clearly like just like a dude flopping around, and it was bizarre. It's like, what's going on? You know, it made Alf look like CGI, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I see a couple with Joker Jack. Good to see you. He's Joker is definitely a very talented comic artist. So I will be talking with him about a future show. I think he will be, if he wants to, you know, being a participant in some way. So he sent me something really cool. So thanks, Joker. I appreciate it. Lost in Space TV. Yeah, Paula. Good to see you, Paula. If I didn't get her before. Yeah, Electra Woman and Diana Girl. Yes, those were two of them too. And the Electra Woman and Dinah Girl, I think Mego made some dolls. They're very expensive, very rare. But I have a couple. I do. We're at about 45 minutes in, and I have a couple items here. This one is, again, it's hard, but it's just like the TARDIS.
The TARDIS, yeah.
From Doctor Who, so Doctor Who, sci-fi related.
That was funny on another channel I was involved in today. The Holler Dollar show. Doctor Who got dropped, and the chat just lit up, and Johnny's like, I don't watch it. Robert does, but I'm trying to learn. That's cool.
Happy Memorial Day, Stormtrooper. He's chilling. So, yeah. So here's what we'll do. I'll do a giveaway. I will give choice of either of these shirts. And then if you don't like that, I could offer something else up. So I see 15 people in the chat.
Darth, yes, that is a day. Like, I do apologize. They were talking about the TARDIS earlier today, so like, my mind kind of like, there was a piece of conversation that happened in my mind that I think that you heard, but you didn't.
It's all in here. Yeah, Miss V. Wait, Doctor Who, BBC, awesome. Goes back to when I was a kid. I remember the original guy with the curly hair and the long scarf. That what was called. Yeah, he to me, he's the original. Like, he's legit. I do like all of them. I sell Doctor Who stuff all the time. But we have a couple people bounced out. So here we go. I'll do a starting line here. And when you get one answer per person, okay? And the first person I see in StreamYard, all right. Pick a number from 1 to 13. The first one I see can pick a prize. I'll send it to you for free. Go for it. After you see my starting line, go for it. I will give away a prize. Pick a number from 1 to 13.
Pick a number.
You get one choice per person. All right, I already see a winner right there.
We have a winner, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
already see it. It was number 3, and that is Mr. Darth Gojira.
Darth Gojira, come on down.
Darth, my man, you have won a prize. All right, so you can have, if you want the Doctor Who shirt with the TARDIS, it is a size large. It is an actual Doctor Who shirt with the tag on it. If you'd like that, I'd be happy to send it to you. I also have, it is a small tank top, Star Wars. It's a small tank with the Stormtrooper chilling. up to you, my man. Or if you'd like something else, I could certainly make that happen. Just put it in the chat, and I got your info. We've been, yeah. Yeah, Celestine is clearly a fan, Patrick.
Oh, wait. Thank you.
So, Darth, if you're still here,
He is.
yes, you won. Which would you like? Oh, you want the Dalek? Dalek shirt. You got it, brother. I'll put this on the side for you. Give it a nice little fold. So, yeah. You know, guys, if we don't auction stuff, we'll give away stuff. It's all good. Appreciate that. So, yeah, you won that one, Darth. And I still have a couple more toys. You got some more stuff, Patrick, to maybe share or show? We can.
I mean, I was going for more of the Star Trek. So I got a bunch of Star Trek stuff to highlight. Don't want to, but I will show this because we just showed Locutus of Borg.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Awesome, man.
I do have the stand down there. Now, I am missing one of the little pegs that hold that out. Hey, well, that actually came in clear. But yeah, no, it lights up, it works and everything. So that's pretty cool. Playmates. They got the Star Trek license, I want to say, in the 90s.
Nope.
And they did an awesome job because the franchise had been bounced around from Mego had it for the longest time. And they concentrated on the characters a lot and then various different play sets. But once Playmates got it, that's when you started to see, you know, let me see here. What do I have? Okay, you know what? Let's just take it back to the OG. All right, where it all started. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Bam.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That's great.
I'm sure you've seen these out and about. These were very popular at the time.
Yeah, the whole bridge playset. Yo.
And they came with accessories. These were what, about 4 or 5 inches. You know, there was 150,000 of these things made. So I mean, these aren't like super rare, but again, if you can find them in good condition, I actually had 2 sets of these. Wow. And one set was just absolute, just poop, for lack of a better term. So I went ahead and broke the case, and I sold as is the figures and the accessories and stuff of that nature. And I disclosed, like, hey, this has been in a storage unit, you know, da-da-da-da-da, I cleaned it up, da-da-da-da-da, more words insert here. But again, it's that whole, yeah, so like, see, like right here, you can see there is some box damage to this. So again, you know, finding these, you can find them out there, but, you know, it's like there's so many people that love that Star Trek that people buy it. You know,
yeah, I sold a bridge. It was not that one. It was Playmates, those size, but it was a little bit smaller. I sold one like a month ago on the eBay. Oh, there you go.
Now, when you say smaller, are we talking like?
Well, is that the micro machines?
This small?
Yeah, right.
Make show number 1.
Right.
I got into my son's toys for the show. This is something I got for him because he loved Next Generation.
Right.
He grew up on Next Generation. I forgot how cool this was. Oh my God. All right. I'm going to restore this for myself.
Yeah, those are cool. I whenever I'm at the flea market, it's like anything Enterprise, anything Batmobile, I buy it. That's pretty. Yeah, the mission ship, or what do they call it? Is it
again, these toys, you know, for Playmates, you gotta understand, we talked about this last week. This was the time of the rise of the McFarlane toys. So we're still kind of in that, you know, this is what sold. This was the bread and butter. You know, this was the figures. Yeah, you could buy a figure for $5, but you were paying about, you know, anywhere from 20 to 25 for the ships and the play sets. And that's what was, you know, that's what was selling back then. But you didn't have like, they looked good, but they weren't quite McFarlane level of detail. This is one of my favorites here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Star Trek trivia, since we're on Star Trek. Up into, I want to say, Discovery. Okay, so let's go Enterprise is the line. So anything Enterprise production-wise, because I know Enterprise was a prequel, but Enterprise back, who is the only character to be somehow in every single Star Trek production? Go.
Oof. Character?
Not character, actress.
Oh, actress.
Oh, damn. Well, that narrows it to 5 of or 50% of it down. Sorry, didn't mean to drop that there. But it's a her.
Is it Deanna Troi?
No.
It's an actress.
Yep. Frugal Frank got it.
Barrett. Yeah.
Yep. In fact, I just showed one of her characters because she was #1 in the pilot episode.
Yep.
She was Christine in the original series. She is the voice of Next Generation as well as Luxana Troy. She reprised her character of Luxana in DS9, computer voice for Voyager again. And then in Enterprise, she was a computer voice in, what episode? I know it's in there somewhere, but yeah, she is the only one to be in from Enterprise back.
She was, wasn't she married to Gene Roddenberry? Wasn't she? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Hi, Marie. Good to see you. Thanks for coming to the show. Appreciate it. We are talking science fiction, Star Trek related toys and stuff like that. So yeah, I pulled a couple other, 2 more just fun. We'll do a whole show on Star Wars. This one's not in the best shape, but it does work. You're a little Star Trek personal communicator.
Oh wow!
Fun. You can just be like,
Let's see. You got yours in the box. Nope. This is a. What is this? It's another one of those little micro machine things. Little play sets. I forgot I got him a bunch of those.
I know the feeling. You're like, wait, what is this? Oh yeah, it's this.
Where'd she go? I just had her in my hand. Oh, she's right in front of me. So again, another fun character.
Yeah, slave woman. Well, they probably can't say that now, but she was like, the slave girl, or that was what they said. What does it say? Animal? Does it say? Yeah, Vina Orion, animal woman. Yeah. Yes, but I remember like seeing that as a little kid and being like, wow, oh yeah. Yep.
From the cage.
Pelosian. Yep. Very cool.
So I got tons of these Playmate figures and stuff of that nature. So, but yeah, no. But the ships were, those were so cool. And
Justin's like, any thoughts on Zoids? I've sold some Zoids. They're very cool. Kind of that. Yeah, I've actually sold that before. Zoids are really cool because you had that kind of connection between building, but then it also became this really kind of cool mech creature. So, and they're almost like a model. I remember I sold one that was like a gorilla, like really cool, but it's also like, it's certainly sci-fi. It has almost like a skeletal way about. I don't know if you know, like Connects. Have you ever seen? Mm-hmm. But it's that, but it's switched up. It's really interesting, and they have these little motors and stuff. So yeah, Zoids are really cool stuff, especially if you find them in the box or complete.
Yeah, absolutely. And and what was cool about these Playmate things is that people were buying these to display because they love Star Trek, and to be able to have the Enterprise sitting on like a shelf behind your desk. I mean, you would walk into professional corporate, like a bank, or
There it
and
is.
it's like there's the picture of the fan, but then it's like it was kind of like subtly telling people like, hey, I'm a geek, I'm a nerd, but again, keeping it professional, because these things looked good.
Right.
They were toys, but you could, and this is the battle damaged Enterprise DE. This is one I remember clearly with my son. We got this, and you notice the stickers are missing. We got the sticker sheet, and I said, well, son, I tell you what, let's wait on putting the stickers on. And now he understands why Dad decided to say, let's wait to put the sticker sheet on.
Yeah. It's funny when you say, with like somebody has it displayed in their office, and a lot, I can't tell you how many people have bought stuff from me and email, oh my God, I love it, it's going to go right in my office. I'm like, awesome. At home? No, at my job.
Yeah,
like,
in a professional,
cool,
one of the,
good. No, just having your, I know people that have, even if they work in like a cubicle or whatever, they have their little Funko Pops, or their, it's like just visual stuff to like get you through your day, shows your personality,
Right, absolutely. I remember when I was a kid, I'd sometimes go to work with my mom, and there was a gentleman in the cubicle, and he had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I just thought, wow. I mean, and this was corporate America, the 9 to 5 PC, and, everything's on the up and up, clean, polished suits, 3-piece suits, fancy cars and the thing. But it's like, when I seen that, I was like, wow, that was really, it was inspiring to see that. That was really cool.
Right.
One other ship, and I will be done with this, the big ship lot. I had to have this. Now, this is not Playmates. This is when Art Asylum took over the Star Trek license. And she's dusty. I know, I needed to clean her. But the Enterprise A.
It's awesome, man.
And the detail they put into this. And again, not to downplay the Playmates. They were great for their time. But Art Asylum got a hold of the license, and they're like, we're going to do this.
Yeah, the level of detail is legit. Misha, yeah, I'll show it again. Anybody else that's just a funny side. This is kind of like, it's basically a triple. It's The Simpsons in Star Wars Cantina bar, and instead of like, these aren't the droids you're looking for, it's Bender is trying to get a drink from Futurama, and then he's being rejected by, so it's like kind of like all three. So it's Futurama, Star Wars, and The Simpsons all in one shirt.
All in one.
That's that was why I wore it. And it's funny, so many people are like, when you really see it in person, it's like, but then it's like, you almost need to take a double take. So yeah, I love stuff like that. But yeah, I do have. Go ahead, bud.
My hat just keeps it naturally gravitates to Avatar Murphy. Have you noticed how my hat just keeps slipping down? Oh goodness.
Yeah. Were you okay with the slide? I was like, for the show.
Yeah, no, it's great, man. It's great. But it naturally just goes there. It just naturally goes there, because I pulled it up I want to say maybe about 20 minutes ago, and then I looked, I'm like, hey, it's like, cause it's like, I'm trying to be a little bit more.
I wouldn't. So here's the thing, like, no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, I'm sending you some other hats then. So we'll have a little variety. So like, I like Sanyo, don't get me wrong, but we could get a little variety in there.
The reason I wear this, my girlfriend hates this hat. Absolutely.
Okay, no hats then.
It has become my staple. I wear it because she hates it. But it's all in good fun. Bottom line, It's all in good fun. So.
I think it'd be awesome if you had like Sanyo, and then you had like Emerson, and then like Radio Shack or an Apple. Like, but I mean, whatever this stuff. Was it Droid based phones at your last gig, or you just did all kinds of
All
custom,
kind of
all
devices.
kinds of
Yeah.
phones?
Now this is actually promotion material from my Sprint days when Sprint Nextel merged, because Sanyo was the big player on this in the Sprint portfolio.
So I had another question. Was like, I does when you get into like we're talking science fiction,
Mhm.
are zombies in that genre at all?
It
Or is that
depends on
really horror?
it depends on the zombie, because I've definitely seen some. You definitely have your sci-fi horror. I did enunciate that correctly, right? I did get the final R on there. You definitely have a lot of crossover in sci-fi and in the horror genre. So I think zombies leans more towards the horror genre, but I have seen some like cyborg zombies, like Overkill from Spawn, from rolling back to last week's show. You see what I did there? Um, let's see. Oh, I mean, let's face it. The Ed 209 unit from RoboCop. I mean, he was kind of. I mean, I know he was just all mech, but didn't he have like a human brain, or was that part two with
That's the second one where the guy kind of almost like Lawnmower Man, his like brain just goes into the persona and he's on the screen. And
right? Kane was that villain.
yes.
Why is I can remember that one, but I can't remember Red Foreman.
He had a very in RoboCop, I forget his name. He had a very like sinister classic. I'll think of it. Anybody could Google that. Yeah, that was. Hey, what's up? It's Jason from the. What's up, Jason? Good to see you, man. Um, yeah, zombie in the morning. It's a zombie in the. Oh, yeah. I am a zombie without my coffee. Oh man, I don't know what I would do. Yeah, it's good to see you, Jason. So yeah, the zombie thing, I have. I was like, well, I guess space zombies could be, but then it's like, how do you? I guess it's horror, zombies, Night of Living Dead based, zombification,
Right.
coming back from the dead.
Kurtwood Smith's character in RoboCop was Clarence Buttiker.
Clarence, that's why I was like Clarence Buttercup. Yes,
Yep.
That's right. Yeah, they remember him. They show his face and get.
Fun fact about him, and I did not know this until I actually started doing a little deep dive. He was also the president in Star Trek VI.
Yes.
I did not. I mean, when you look at it, you once you know that, you can see it, but to look at that, it's like, wow, that's Red Foreman.
Yeah, he definitely when he was on that '70s show, and I can't not see him as the dad calling, everybody dumbass and just awesome, great. I love that. I did love that show, especially in the beginning. I thought it was, yeah, I know, Marie, not safe to talk to me before my cup of coffee. It's like anybody sees me on Johnny's show in the morning, I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm just like mainlining coffee.
That's right, Diecast. He played it was Year of Hell Part 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's I did watch some Voyager. I don't think I ever watched Enterprise. Deep Space Nine had some cool stuff. I used to like Babylon 5. You remember that show?
Yep.
Had some really great special effects on that show.
It did. Wasn't in the 90s when Sci-Fi Channel was in its prime. They were bringing a lot of new content, throwing things out there, and there was a lot of great shows. Sliders, that's another one.
That was a cool one. Yeah.
I fell down that rabbit hole, I want to say, about last year. And it was up until about, I think, season 3, mid season 3 is when it, and I don't want to give any spoilers for those that actually want to go back and watch it like I did. But that's when it kind of like, bleh.
Yeah, I think with Voyager, was it? I think it was Voyager where Seven of Nine came on
Mhm.
after the Borg, and then she was in her like smoking hot outfit.
Yeah.
It's like Jerry Ryan, eh, awesome, but just an awesome her doing. I remember them interviewing her when she was the Borg with all of the makeup, and she was saying because of just having the makeup, the contacts, and things to make her. She said it was one of the hardest roles to do that. You know, to have all that kind of crap stuck on her and the contacts, and so that was why I think I'm almost positive the sleek where she just had the little Borg little chunk
Mhm.
still somewhat connected to the collective. That was part of that.
Yeah, the silver cat suit that she wore, the corset under it. If you actually want to drill down and do some nerd reading, for lack of a better term, it was very restrictive for her, and it got to the point where they started changing costumes because there was a couple times that she passed out on set.
Yeah, yeah, having to kind of like assume, says method acting, trying to assume that role. You know, I dig it, but it's like, how far are you really going to go?
Right,
Um,
right.
look at the guy that I mean, look at the people who've played the Joker. Talk about method acting, like almost to a unhealthy extreme. I mean, obviously Heath Ledger, rest in peace, and then what's his name that just won the Academy Award for Joker, and my gosh, talk about assuming a role.
And nowadays, everything. I mean, you still got to get into like the green suit, but it's like, back then, I mean, you had your special effects, but you didn't have your CGI layovers. When I say layovers, like layers
Right.
on the actor, because like they actually had to produce the prosthetics, they had to produce the suits.
Right.
Nowadays, it's like when you watch, say, like an MCU movie, those a lot of the stuff that the actors, their outfits, it's all CGI. It's just it's just layers of, and I'm not downplaying that. Cinematically, it's very, very visual, very engaging. But
Right.
you look back in the day, I mean, it's like, when you had like your hand popper from Aliens, that was a puppet. That was real life. I mean, it, as real as, I guess, it wasn't like computer generated. I mean,
But again, like Ridley Scott, cutting that so well done. Again, that suspension of disbelief was there because the build up, and then John Hurt being awesome, Yaphet Kotto, all those actors, Tom Skerritt, all waiting for that moment because you knew it was going to happen, and then it was like boom. And if you go back and look, even just the little, I know to be gross, but just like the little, you know, how the little aliens, like little tentacles, are like holding on before it scurries off, and you're just like, that vibe of just, chest
right.
buster. Yeah.
And even though it was make believe and fantasy and what have you, there still was a real life element of like they had to do that for real for the camera to catch that. So yeah, you may have multiple cuts, but you didn't have like the just okay, done. You know,
Right.
and I'm not. I don't want to downplay that, and I apologize if I
Oh,
seem like I am. I'm not. What I'm trying to say is that there was a lot of time, work, money that went into those. And I mean, you would have things, it's like things that exploded. You don't have there's nothing left. It's like you built this knowing it was, i.e., the Enterprise from Star Trek 3. You knew they knew that particular model of the Enterprise, there was going to be nothing left when they were done.
yeah. That's I think too. Like back to like Ripley and the aliens. The second one again. James Cameron takes over. Totally different take, but again, quite a gap in time between the 1980 Alien and then the second one. And then in the second one, again, James Cameron, amazing. The editing, the sound, just you're there. I think there was something quite totally different vibes of science fiction horror, but I just there's just something to that, and even not even there were some special effects in Aliens, but even still a ton of production, smoke, a little bit of like haze on the lens to like fool you. And again, just that masterful James Cameron editing, sound, unbelievable stuff. Just and then tons of aliens, right? And space marines, and that, I mean, it's crazy stuff. Love it. Love that kind of stuff. What is this? Oh, what did he say? He's like, Jason said something about no wild spending spree. Oh, hey, it's just Jason just gets like so messed with. He just gets so messed with in the comic community. Yeah, because it's hard. We have to do the comic auctions, and some of this stuff goes for like, not a lot of bids sometimes, or it's like, hey, anybody want this? And you throw up a bid, and it's like, sure. But it's like sometimes it's funny, and they always mess with him. That Jason gets like just messed with that group of guys.
On Horizon, maybe for season 2 of Toy Chat with Horizon, or geeking out with Horizon, or whichever direction you want to take the show and the channel. Season 2, I think we should sit down and do a complete Star Trek. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
It's very dear to my heart. I grew up
Yeah.
with it. I loved it. One more Star Trek thing I want to showcase, and then so these are a dime a dozen. You can find these pretty well.
Oh yeah.
These
are. Oh, it's great! Wow, look at that. Yo.
Okay, and then you got your special. So basically what this is like each row was sold individually, so then they put it all together and then they added the special one. So again, these are things that you could find at yard sales, flea markets. These were mass produced. This was made by Gloob Micro Machines. So again, not terrible hard to find. If you find one, you shouldn't be spending any more than $20 for it. Which one are you? All right.
Bye, Miss B.
Okay.
Bye, Miss B. Thanks for hanging.
Hey, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you tomorrow night. So this was series 2.
Cool.
Now this one, it's findable, but it's not as easy findable as the one I just showed there. You've got your Enterprise B. You've got your All Good Things Come to an End Enterprise.
Yeah.
Pastor from the Enterprise, as well as, oh, sorry, the glare there. One of the Klingon ships. So again, series 2, they started like limiting the production. So not super hard, but not as easy as the first one. Now, the next one I'm going to show, and I haven't done 100% research, so I may be speaking incorrectly.
So we're talking, guys, that last one was a Gloob, and this one is too. I know, you don't have to show it. So Gloob Micro Machines, guys. You see this stuff out there, especially like in this condition. Yeah, it's great collectability, great resale value. I mean, Patrick's are in amazing shape. I find them sometimes in okay shape, and they almost always sell. Even if they're loose, you can easily sell those. It's awesome, man.
Now, this one, my understanding, and I haven't done a ton of research, but Series 3 was very limited because the warehouse that stored some boxes had shipped. There were still shipping, and the warehouse where these were stored, caught fire.
Oh yeah.
At least that's what I heard. Again, I probably should drill down before I misspeak on a public forum. But again, that's what I've. It's the rumor.
Yeah, sometimes that is the case. Sometimes there's certain things just aren't. With comics, I know there are certain like variants that are of older comics, different 30 or 35-cent covers, or now everybody's looking for these like Mark Jewelers. There's an insert that's in some of the comics that's kind of random, and you get way more. It just, all that stuff matters. But Galoob Micro Machines, like just the basic ones, it's like the little cars and the play sets, I never don't sell it. I don't have any in my store because I sell it all. It always sells. So, yeah.
I don't know if I'm getting rid of these. These have been with me for a while. As you can see, I try to take care of these, especially Series 3.
So Mr. KK is in the chat. I will send you the link, Chaos, right now.
He may know that. He may know of that story. So
KK, I'm going to send this to your Instagram right now if you want to jump in. I thought I did. I don't know if I did. Let's see.
I have some loose. I definitely have All Good Things Enterprise loose. I'm looking at it. I'm not going to go over there and pick it because I think I've showcased enough. I do apologize. You told me to get stuff together, so I did.
Absolutely. I think it's like somebody had said, I never see that, like stuff like that, and that's why we are doing this, guys. We're trying to show stuff that's different and fun, and that's part of the show is education, right? We're giving backstory, showing some of our wares, what we like, and we're all, I think a lot of us here are resellers. I know we have some fans, but there he is. Okay, so my co-host, the other co-host, you know him, you love him. He's Mr. Chaos. How are you? Good to see you, man.
Tired. I just got back from work.
I heard that. Yeah.
Just finished work. Yeah. I saw you with some micro machine, Star Trek micro machines.
Yes, sir.
What's the story?
So and again, I'm not 100% sure. You may know this since you were in the biz at the time, but what I understood is Series 3 of the micro machines of this caliber, they didn't ship because the warehouse had caught fire. Some got out in circulation. And I don't 100% know, so I should probably.
I know they sent the series, some of the smaller, the 3-packs of Series 3 out, but I don't know how many of the larger ones went out.
Because you definitely had your Series 1, and those are a dime a dozen,
Right.
And your Series 2, not as popular as or mass produced as Series 1, but you still had those out in circulation. Yeah. But Series 3 is the one that didn't quite get.
Does it have the Borg cube in it?
No, that was in Series 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Series 1 had the Borg cube.
Which is kind of odd. You'd think that would be in a later one.
Yeah. So,
gentlemen, I'm going to grab a drink, refill my cup. I will be right back.
Put a quarter in the jar. Anytime we got to leave, you got to put a quarter in the jar.
Will do.
So yeah, no, and Chaos, I think you agree with me. This again, these are kind of a dime a dozen. You can find these if you're spending more than $20 for these, you're spending too much. Yeah.
Considering they came out at about $20, yeah.
Yeah. Series 2, I don't know the price point on this, but this had your All Good Things Enterprise with the 3 nacelles. The Pasteur Enterprise B. Again,
I think the 3 nacelle one was a destroyer class.
No,
I'm not sure.
No, the 3 nacelles. This was Enterprise D from. Oh, wait a minute, where am I at? Oh my God!
Yeah, he's got us on thin.
That's okay. So this is Enterprise D from All Good Things, the
Okay.
final episode of Next Gen.
Okay. I don't remember it, but then I was thinking from way back when the original series came out, they had different. They would have different configurations, and depending upon the number of nacelles, depended on what configuration.
Right. No.
And I was thinking the destroyer had 3 nacelles.
You're right. You're absolutely right. If you get a hold of an old tech manual, this Enterprise right here, this is cool. This is another Enterprise D, but this one, unlike in the first set, this one actually separates. You have your sausage separation action in this one.
That is cool.
And then this is Enterprise C. That was cool from yesterday's Enterprise. Now this one, there's a lot of ships in there that. There's a lot of Voyager ships. There's a lot of Deep Space Nine ships in this one. In fact, you have Voyager. I think she's right here. Yep.
It looks like it, yeah.
Yep. So that's Voyager right there. Her gimmick, she actually had the folding nacelles. And then you had your Enterprise. You had your Enterprise E. That was the exclusive with the set. So again, this one again, I don't believe is like ready.
No, Voyager's gimmick was Jerry Ryan.
We were just talking about her.
Yeah, I was fed up with Voyager. I wasn't going to watch it again. And then the season premiere came on with Jerry Ryan, and I went, oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
And I never missed another episode.
All Good Things was the series finale, and Encounter at Farpoint was the premiere. Absolutely, yes, diecast. And what was cool about that, the Encounter at Farpoint and All Good Things, is in All Good Things, they went back and referenced Encounter at Farpoint. So they bookended the entire 7-year series. That I love that episode. I've watched that multiple times. So now that Horizon has refilled, I think I need a short intermission, if that's okay with you, gentlemen.
No worries.
All right.
Quarter in the jar.
No worries. Yeah.
For you, I give 50 to 2 quarters.
2 quarters.
No, just one quarter. Just 1 quarter. We have to have standards here.
So
I have one. This isn't exactly a Star Trek thing, but it is science fiction related.
Sure, you're up, man. Go for it.
It's the Star Wars 6-pack from Kenner, and these are metal figures.
Neat.
So.
Very cool.
I'd sell it. It's got Han Solo, Chewbacca, Stormtrooper, Boba Fett, Darth Vader, and Luke Skywalker. And it is from 1995.
Very cool.
Droidless.
Yeah, I think we have standards. That's funny. So like Chaos. So what's your, if you guys, I just grabbed my refill of my coffee. Like when you're thinking science fiction toys, I mean, we're Star Trek, Star Wars. Is there any others? I know you have some other favorites. Like what are your go-tos that you like?
I want Robbie the robot.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't mind having the robot from Lost in Space either. But
right.
Because I have the rest of the figures, I'd like to have the robot.
Yeah, that's cool. No, and I think that, and again, I didn't want to necessarily like dangle the carrot to the audience with an auction, but I do have to kind of like, I do want to have a certain amount in the crowd, to be honest, before we start.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So I know tonight there's other folks doing other things, and we'll do the best we can with it, but it has its own time and place. Yeah, awesome.
That counts as science fiction.
Absolutely, yeah. I almost showed a Predator.
But that's one that I painted.
Yeah, Mr. Chaos painted that.
Of course, he's missing a tooth.
It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I like almost all of the Predator movies.
I
I
don't
think,
know how long this took me to paint.
yeah, it looks fairly involved.
My favorite Predator movie was the second one.
Yeah, with Danny Glover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was some really interesting, like you really got to see the Predator in a different light,
Yeah.
kind of, and I love the ending
Oh,
of that.
absolutely. That's what made it
They,
my favorite one.
where they all start to, you get this idea that it's like, wow, there's so many of them.
Not just so many of them, but the fact that the Predator actually respected Danny Glover,
Oh, sure. Yeah,
his character.
yeah. Yeah,
But he had no respect for Arnold.
right. Hey, what's up, Crystal? Moon Goddess Treasures. Good to see you. We're at about the 90-minute mark. We're talking science fiction, Star Trek, Star Wars, everything under that, as far as toys. And
The other toys, I'd kind of like to get a hold of some of the old, what was that series that was on Land of the Lost toys. Those would be kind of cool to get a hold of.
So you were still at work. I'll show it quickly. You'll get a kick out of this. Here you go.
There you go.
And
Awesome.
had to
The
show
game.
that. Yeah, one of the more desirable board games from the 70s.
Yep.
1975, Sid and Marty Croft. It's in great shape. I mean, the box has a little shelf wear, but the inside's awesome. And just again, like, awesome.
Well, I'm waiting for the G.I. Joe show when we do it.
Right.
Because I have the G.I. Joe board game.
Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah. Yeah, the board game. I
figured it'll drive Patrick crazy.
Yep, the Real American Hero, because I think there was a vintage one too.
Yeah, I think it was Real American Hero one.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Pearl Nini. My dad had a photo with him with, I guess, the Predator and Danny Glover, or himself and Danny Glover. That's awesome.
Oh, I have some other science fiction stuff.
Oh, okay.
No, not you, good sir.
Well, I mean, it's not toys, and it's kind of science fiction-y, I guess. They're movie theater. I forget what they're called, but yeah. These are the ones that actually would be in the inside of the theater.
Like smaller movie cards. Yeah.
Yeah, they're movie cards.
Yeah. Wow. And those are in great shape too. They're not a lot of
good.
Wow.
Really, I mean, it's got Jenny Gooder. Does it get any better?
Yeah, right.
What's the copyright date on those? Or the year?
That's Logan's Run. Yep.
It's in Roman numerals. I have to translate.
Whenever
the movie came out.
Okay, Logan's Run.
Yeah, Logan's Run.
Yeah, I love that. That's great sci-fi.
One back to 1976 here, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Movie stills from Logan's Run.
Very cool. Yeah, Michael York. And
there you go.
Yep.
There's Jenny.
Yep.
She was cute.
I thought it was such a crazy scene when they're like on what is it?
But wait,
Citadel.
There's more.
Oh, okay.
But wait, ladies and gentlemen,
this one is from December of 1982. And this is not a reprint.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
Can I ask, where do you get something like that?
I have no idea where I got this.
Really? That's quite a piece to not know. Like, wow.
I really don't know. I ran across it one day and went, "Oh, cool."
Ladies and gentlemen in the audience,
funny.
are there any Vulcans in the audience? We need to do a mind meld with Chaos to figure out how he got a hold of that.
Use your suggestive powers.
I don't know where I got the Logan's Run ones either. I vaguely remember where I got the ones for the Superman the movie.
You got script for Superman the movie?
No, I have the lobby cards.
Oh, the lobby card was still that's very impressive.
I've got all but one of them. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I didn't get the last one. Right. I think whoever had them decided to keep one.
We need a Vulcan. We need a Vulcan to do
a
Vulcan mind meld.
In the chat, put your energies out. And
it won't work against Magneto.
That's right.
But you're not wearing the helmet. You're not wearing the helmet.
It's invisible.
No. It's
oh, man. Invisible. Totally nerding out tonight. I love it.
He's like, it's really there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's great. I was going to show some comics. Yeah.
That's science fiction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just pressed this one today. It had a spine roll, and I took it out.
Yeah.
It took me about, not very long.
Anybody in the chat that doesn't see Mr. Kollecting Kaos as his own channel, he does some, weekly videos on comic book repair.
Yes, and tomorrow I do my cover of the week. I do my cover pick of the week. See, each Monday I go through some of the comics that I got, and that's what I've got today. And then I decide, I get it down to like 3 covers for my cover of the week, and then on Wednesday I pick one of them. Now that's going to be several weeks worth because I'm not going to try to show them all in one day. But yeah, it's fun. Oh, announcement time.
Yes, sir.
I did say there was an announcement. I am over 300 subscribers.
Congratulations.
I decided a long time ago when I hit 300 subscribers, I was going to start doing a monthly giveaway. It was going to be a comic book. But since I'm also involved in a toy channel, July 1st, I will select one lucky viewer to get
suspense.
This.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely free. No shipping, just a gift. I'll pick one person, or me and Horizon Picks will get together and select one person to get this.
Awesome.
Maybe we'll have Patrick involved.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. July 1st, you heard it here first, right here on Horizon Picks channel, Kollecting Kaos.
Well, the first show after the 1st of July. The first Tuesday show after the 1st of July.
Patrick's like, okay, wait.
Whatever day that ends up being.
All right, let me look July 6th. That's right, on Horizon Picks. You knew what I was doing.
Nah, it's all good. No, I think that
that would be July 6th.
Mm-hmm. It's
and on the 1st, I'll be giving a comic away, but I'm not going to tell you which one until Thursday. So you got to watch Thursday to find out what comic I'm going to give away on the 1st of July.
Liked what you did there, sir.
It's a giveaway within, some timing, and we'll get that sorted. I definitely I will pretty much say anything Chaos that you want to give away. I will also offer something as well. Not a problem. Yeah. Especially,
but this is from my channel giveaway. Once a month, I'm going to give away a comic and a toy.
Cool. That's awesome.
And I don't know what the toy is going to be. I'm going to start making little chips of paper and putting them in a basket or something, and I'll just select one, and that'll be the toy for the month. And I'll advertise it all month long.
Great. And
then at the end of the month, that's when we pick it.
Joker's like, my birthday is in July. That would be awesome. Yeah, Can you share just a little bit of the comics? I know Chaos. There in that one auction, you put, I guess, a little Easter egg in your video, and then you auctioned. Was it the X-Men Phoenix? And you had you gave away. You did a couple different things there. You had an Easter egg that you mentioned, and then you sold at auction some comics. But then that one guy got an awesome lot too. I don't know how you had a bunch of giveaways that you did on Mike's channel.
Yeah, I only did those once because I wasn't happy with the way they went. And basically, I had all of my comics and my giveaways in a box, and I would just pull something out. And if I pulled out a giveaway, that was the next thing that I would do. But he's got so many people that are doing his auction now that just won't work. It'll work fine with 2 or 3 people, or maybe 4, but more than that, it's too much.
Right.
If I'm only going to get on once an hour, if I'm only going to get on like once an hour, I want to sell something. I don't want to give something away.
Right.
But now I did sell an X-Men, and when it hit $100, I put in a second X-Men comic. So actually, that cut the price in half, really.
Yeah, I do. I enjoy it. You know, the other night, I know you guys both were in there for my, on Tiffany's channel, and I try to add a little sweetener. I would be, if we get, and I would throw a shirt on top. I throw another, and I don't want to go too crazy with it, but just that little, and I do free shipping. So it's like that incentive for people to bid and getting more value.
That's the other thing. I was doing free shipping. Just if it hit a certain plateau, the shipping would be free. I think I picked randomly $20 as my level. If whatever I was selling hit $20, the shipping was on me.
Yeah, that's why my magic number is usually that 25, and I know we'll get there, and we'll hopefully get to a spot where I'm good, and I was happy to see that on everything. So I see we have a few folks in the chat here. You guys have any questions that we can wind this down in a few minutes, guys? If you have anything you want to ask us, or you guys want to share, it's all good. It's just kind of open. But I'm seeing that we have kind of single digits now. Yeah. But yeah, I do, with respect to that, guys, and I know I've been talking with both of these gentlemen about doing some auction, dedicated auction slots, and probably within the next day or two, because I'd like to see if I can auction some of the lots that I didn't get to on Saturday. I had probably 10, maybe more, that I'd like to see if I could sell to YouTube folks. So we'll see. But as far as the comic book stuff, I know Chaos has a vacation coming up next month, right? And we can maybe try to do something.
Is it June or July? Let me take a look.
I think you said it was in July, and we can try to do a.
Yeah, I think it's in July.
And that could be comics, it could be toys, it could be merch, but pretty much within the realm of what we're talking about here. And obviously, Patrick is going to be involved with that as much as he likes. So
I appreciate the invite. Always.
Absolutely.
Most kind to me.
That's right.
I appreciate that.
That's right. Hey, well, that's Chris. It is
July 10th through July 18th.
Okay, I am writing that down. Nice.
I'll just go back and I'll bookmark this so I know when.
Right, when he says it, but it's you don't know when a vacation is, Misha. I count the days. Yeah, I
won't be going anywhere.
Hey, staycation.
There's too much stuff to do. I want to get all this crap cleaned up so that I can. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move everything out of the room, arrange what I want in here, and then just start putting it back.
Oh, that's
in some
Chris.
type of
Yeah,
order.
you're totally invited. Diecast Comics, Chris was invited to that. I've been in touch with a bunch of, not just these two gentlemen. I'm definitely open. I have at least 10 sellers that are interested in selling comics and so forth. So we'll be putting that together, and then I think the first one we'll probably do a blowout with these two guys. Certainly have some cameos. Depends how long we want to go. Depends again if the crowd's there. Hey, we can rock it. Chaos knows 7 or 8 hours, totally doable for me.
Wow,
not a problem.
Oh, so, do you think I could do 7 or 8 hours?
Of course you can.
This man can't.
Well, that's fine.
I'm actually going to make a cue card for my show, so I'm going to go to Canva and make like intermission and have like a little smoking guy down there, and then that way I can pop that up so I can go.
But it would be cool. Like, think about it though. Like, what if Chaos and I are just doing rounds, and then like you jump in for an hour or two, or Chris jumps in, Diecast, or some other folks want to come on and cameo and sell and be part of it. That's the whole thing. That's where it's like it's a lot of fun, and we'll be doing more of them. But that initial launch one, I think, will be fairly planned, promoted.
Oh, absolutely.
Get the groups to come from the awesome communities that we know on other people's channels and that we're well aware of. So,
and I don't plan on just selling comics when we do that.
Me neither.
It's just going to be whatever I can find.
Yeah.
And believe me, I can find a lot of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Amisha's like, time flies. Yeah, I mean, 4 hours on Saturday night, and then we did the after hangout and everything, and it was just, I tell you, it felt like an hour and a half to me. It didn't feel like 4. It was just because there's so much going on. I'm moving things. I'm really kind of working solo, so I'm like moving lots, getting things ready, being ready. It's a lot that goes into that. But
Patrick's slowly getting used to being in front of the camera. It's just not. He's not that comfortable yet.
It's not necessarily the comfort factor. It's more. I'm used to a different format. I think that's the
correct.
Appropriate. I'm used to being able to put on like and I think we may have talked about this on my show before. It's like you put on like your Grand Funk Railroad captain, because that's the bathroom break. You can go out of the studio right fast, grab a cup of Joe or bathroom or what have you, and then come back and the song's still playing, and then you can open up the mic. So this constant live thing, I'm doing it. I'm trying. So I'm learning.
Yeah, I just will say,
and
Laura,
when it's time to take a short, snack break, you Inagata Davida. 18 minutes of rock.
Yeah, the
Laura
in the chat.
For later people, it would be what was it?
What was the question, Laura?
That's go ahead, Chaos. I'll just answer her. She's asking. Go ahead. Go ahead, Chaos.
What am I not invited to? Was that the question?
But you're always invited.
Of course she is.
Do we have to send her an invitation? I think I have an engraver in the back room. I can, we can whip something out.
She's got horror related stuff. She knows her stuff. She's, got all kinds of wares. Of course, Laura. Of course.
We're
why would we not invite her?
Yeah, no.
That would just be mean.
No. Yeah. I certainly she was a big part of me coming back on the YouTube and doing my thing. So of course.
Hey, I'll be right back. I have to get some water. My mouth is so dry it isn't funny.
Oh, quarter in the jar.
All right.
Come on, buddy. You want to come up? My cat's like, you're on.
What are we going to do with all those quarters?
He actually did it.
Bridges or Hunter?
No, I threw it in my empty coffee cup.
I'll get him right. Yeah, but see, so like what he's doing there is I'm going to make a card so I can do that, but still kind of, you remember like at the drive-ins, you had your intermission card in between movies.
That's
What
right.
yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So
Yeah. I definitely,
you guys were talking about, I came in.
I don't even know what you guys are talking. Yeah, no, what we were talking about in Chaos has some time off, Laura, from his day job, and he's on a vacation time next month, middle of the month. We're definitely going to do a blowout, probably two different auctions on here and on his channel to, really start up the whole auction thing. And I'd like to do a few before that, like you and I talked about, because I had all the lots that didn't go up from Saturday. I mean, I got tons of stuff, but really to launch the auction vibe on our channels as not just talk. I think we do like the talk. Obviously, we got the gift of gab. We enjoy it. I think people do enjoy it. People go and watch the replays. But I do think that we, I think it's all about getting to auctions and selling stuff. And we can mix it up. Maybe it's an auction on one channel and then a talk on another, and we swap it. But, certainly, like I always say, entertainment first, making money second, and fun third. But the second one, I'd like to see a little bit more in terms of moving stuff, talking about stuff, and then selling it.
No. Fun is number one to enter.
Yeah, sure.
You should have fun while you're entertaining, and you should have fun while you're having an auction. And when you're having fun, just having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's like earlier.
Aliens from another planet, is that considered science fiction?
Yeah, we did some alien stuff earlier.
Well, I have been known to be something of a fan of a certain character.
Yay, absolutely, he counts. Yep.
Oh my goodness, what do we got here, ladies and gentlemen? So we've got the George Reeves.
I can't really see it.
Yeah, you have like the evolution of him, kind of. Yeah.
And this was done in 1996.
Very nice. Very nice.
This, I don't care who you are or what your love of Superman is. You can have this when you can pry it out of my cold, dead hands.
I think that, it's fun. It's just the whole auction thing. And it's like, no, this is definitely not the boys club at all. I'm definitely interested in having male and female sellers, contributors.
Oh, absolutely.
People,
absolutely. Yes.
I'm interested in bringing, female audience to my channel, interested in sharing what I have in terms of my knowledge. Y'all have, like I said, you have eBay stores, you have your, antique booths, you do flea markets, you sell on different platforms. We want that. We want to be able to have that, guys or girls. So absolutely.
Yeah, I would love to see somebody that makes jewelry bring some of their jewelry in, and maybe they're making jewelry that's of a science fiction vein or a fantasy vein, or maybe they do custom jewelry for people. One-offs, or you don't even have to worry about copyright for a one-off.
Yeah. It's that kind of custom, even I've considered doing just, I think it was one of the chats I was in where I was saying just this idea of like sketching, and I could sketch, an artist, I could sketch a superhero in real time and then show it and sell it. And would somebody buy that sketch? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's I like that.
Whether it's, tech.
I'll have
nerding.
I had to pass up a binder full of Star Trek: The Next Gen, or Star Trek Yeah, I think it was Star Trek: The Next Generation trading card game cards to get to that Superman, because that was more important than the game.
Right. Yeah, that's the Laura's got some really interesting stuff. I mean, I could show you something right here that I think is really cool, and I bought several from her. And this is a resin piece that I don't know if she made it or she got them, but again, it is like I use it as like a box opener.
Yeah.
It's a resin based weapon. You know, you can kind of keep this on your keychain when you're at the park, when you're, wouldn't do serious damage, but if you take this in the eye socket, yeah, you're going to stop somebody.
Take it to the temple.
Right.
Joker, do you really have to ask?
What's up? What did he say? I didn't see.
He said, Chaos, who is your favorite comic character of all time? Do you really have to ask? It's Superman.
Yeah, he just
it's
showed
the
it.
original.
Yeah,
the very first comic I ever owned was Superman number 101, and I did not know that was what the number was because it didn't have a cover. Someone gave me a coverless comic, and I read it, and I read it, and I read it, and I loved it, and it was my comic. I mean, we went on vacation. I took it with me everywhere. We went on a vacation, and it was to somebody's cottage, and we went there every year, and I forgot it. And I wanted them to turn the car around so I could go get my comic book. My dad said, no, you can get it next year. We never went back.
Yeah, it's always interesting.
I'll tell the rest of the story on Immaculate Comics channel. Okay. I'm doing a video for him for his he's doing Tales of Tales, and these are comic tales, how you got a comic, what a comic means to you, why it means that to you, and I'll tell the rest of the story on that one.
Yeah, that's.
I was muted. I don't. When I pointed out, it's like I felt that. I felt that.
You felt the pain that I felt as a 7 or 8 year old.
I did. That's why I was pointing out. I looked down. I see my blink. I'm like, oh, he didn't hear it.
Oh no, I heard it loud and clear, and you never said a word.
Yeah, it's everybody's got that, like something that it happens, but it's yeah. Laura does some amazing stuff with the resin and molds and stuff like that. But just Diecast Chris has a good. No one mentioned Stargate SG-1, Stargate Atlantis, or Andromeda. I actually didn't mind the original Stargate movie until it got a little crazy. But even the Stargate itself I thought was really cool. Totally sci-fi.
Well, I think I was leading up to
Time Tunnel.
Yeah.
Time Tunnel was another good one.
Because I think those shows, weren't they highlighted on the Sci-Fi Channel during its? Yeah, I was kind of leading towards
during
that.
Its heyday.
Yeah, during its heyday.
Oh, that's awesome, Joker. Yeah, Joker made me did a sketch for me. I won't reveal too much about that. I'd like to maybe reveal that maybe on a show and share some of my sketches that I've done of some superheroes. But he would I think he wants to do one for you, Mr. Chaos. And
well, that is just wonderful. I do appreciate that.
He's definitely talented. I love what he had sent me, and I'm excited to get the original. So good stuff. Yeah.
Awesome.
Great. And that's the type of stuff with this medium and people sharing their gifts, and that's every bit of what I want to do beyond fun, money, entertainment. It's
I should get another model and show you.
We have a couple minutes left. I mean, we're almost at the top of the hour.
Well,
I think we're
with the model goes a story.
We are at the top of the hour.
Not a story about the model, but a story about what the model represents.
How about one last story, and then we will wrap it. Okay. So go ahead.
Let me run and get it.
Okay, sure. So Yeah, do the top of the hour, Patrick. Go for it. You do your.
Oh, like if I was
Yeah.
broadcasting live from the den of debauchery. It's Monday Night Hair Metal Madness with your host, Diamond D. I'd buy that for $1. Only on the Cape. Remember, you are not
Clearly, someone has a few comic books. Look at this. His like rack of comics is like bending under the weight behind.
Now, this story takes place around 1973. I graduated from high school and I was doing comics pretty seriously. And it's about this character.
Oh, yeah.
And this is another model that I painted.
That's awesome. Nope, there we go. We'll show you big here. Go ahead.
I found somebody that had a copy of Spider-Man #1, and I wanted it, but he wanted a lot of money for it, and I wasn't prepared to pay what he wanted for it. He wanted a total of $15, and I thought it was outrageous for the condition it was in. It was maybe very good to find. So finally, we went back and forth, and I convinced him to, okay, I will take that #1 if you throw in this number 15. And he agreed. So I gave him the $15, and that's how I came to be the owner of Amazing Spider-Man #1 and Amazing Fantasy 15.
Oh, did he not? Wow.
No, and I had no scruples at the time. 2 years later, I decided to sell them. 3 years later, I decided to sell them. I got about $90 a piece for them.
Wow.
A lot of people say, don't you regret selling those? Look at what they're worth now. And the answer is no. Take any comic you want and figure the profit margin on percentage based, and you will not have made as much of a percentage profit as what I made off of those 2 comics.
Oh, absolutely. I did. That's awesome. And I can't agree more. And I think that it's when you're talking about collectibles and their assets too, and I think that being able to cash them in, move them, that it's all relative. And
well, here's the next thing. That's why I don't collect Spider-Man, because I've owned the important Spider-Man. I've owned Amazing Fantasy 15 to Spider-Man 150, straight through every single one of them. So I don't need to buy any Spider-Man. I don't need to own Spider-Man. Have I ever owned Spider-Man 300? Yeah, about 6 times. But I always bought it just so I could resell it. I never bought it to keep.
So we had just Laura wanted to have me show you guys something. She sent me this, so I'll show you on my phone. It gives you an idea. So there's has a little glare, but you could see that is a resin piece that she does with the skull ashtray.
Yeah, Chaos Skull.
Yeah, awesome, right? So that's the type of stuff that she brings to the table on certain pieces. Highly detailed, really cool type of stuff. So wanted to share that with you guys just as an idea. If you see this back, and that's Bemis Mercantile. Laura does that kind of stuff. So we're at just about over the 2-hour mark, guys. So I will give you guys the forum here. So here, Patrick, if you want to promote, go for it. It is your floor. Go for it, my friend.
Well, I've been channel hopping, so you're bound to see me in somebody's live somewhere. I like to just pop in, just sprinkle a little magic into the air. I have been doing some late night live with Patrick Murphy, so that is something that I'm really interested in, actually like making concrete and making an actual thing. That way I can get it on a consistent schedule for you. But yeah, that's what I've got working on.
Cool, man. And Mr. Chaos, go for it.
Well, let's see. Tomorrow we drop the Eternal My Light project, number 79, I think it is. And of course, with that will be my cover pick of the week. Tomorrow night, I may or may not decide to do Mike's auctions over at Comic Book Steals and Deals. I haven't made up my mind whether I'm going to do it or not. Then, of course, Thursday, we have this same format, but for comic books on my channel. And Friday, I drop my Freeform Friday show, and I don't know what's going to be on that. I never know until I make it.
Cool. All right. So
And
I
might just do an opening of a box on Friday.
Okay.
I don't know.
Cool.
Because I'm kind of curious as to what some of those are.
Oh yeah.
One last thing.
Yes. You're up. Go for it.
Before you handle your comics, your cards, your toys, your collectibles of any type, wash your hands. It's good for the comics, good for the collectibles, and it's good for your health because you don't know where those things have been.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'll just do a quick. Everybody that has been in the chat is in the chat. Thank you so much for coming. We're at just about the 2 hours, 5 minutes. I appreciate you hanging out with us, letting us share our stuff with you guys. I will be, stay tuned. I'm going to be putting out some new content for tomorrow. I may actually do a little bit of an auction tomorrow on this channel. I do want to revisit some of the lots from the Saturday auction. Obviously, I will be on Kollecting Kaos on Thursday for his comic-related talk and whatnot. And, be excellent to each other. Awesome. Appreciate it, guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you around, okay? Take it easy.